some stand-up comedy, and I have never done stand-up before, and I'm really excited because stand-up is not quite the same as stage acting, but it's not quite the same as just like talking to someone. It's like, you ever go to dry your hands with a towel, but like only one of your hands was actually wet? It's like that. So, where to start? You're gonna hear my whole life story. First of all, I'm from a family of 10 kids.
Woo!
Yeah, like, you're thinking 10? Wow, that's so many. And the thing is, it is so many. It is so many. You guys have genuinely no idea how many 10 is. I remember when I was little, I watched an episode of The Brady Bunch, and I was like, so? I watched a lot of comedies growing up when it was my turn with the TV. Some of my favorites would be Rabbit Season, Duck Season, Rabbit Season, Duck Season. That's Looney Tunes, obviously.
Woo!
Kramer, you can't sell tickets to your own funeral. There are laws about this. Kramer! Giddy up. That's Seinfeld. Rachel. That's Friends. That's The Office.
Nice.
I could go on. I love doing impressions, genuinely. But we gotta keep it moving. What else? My dad's a doctor. And when I was like really little, people would be like, oh, what kind of doctor is your dad? And I'd be like, well, it seems like Dad's always on call, so he's an oncologist. Serves them right. I've been hiding this, but I need to get it out there. With the 10 kids, I am number 5. I'm the middle child. Do you want to know how much of a middle child I am?
Woo!
Hang on. I am so middle child. If you do the math, out of 10 kids, if I'm number 5, I have to share being the middle child with number 4. I don't even get that to myself. I love you, number 4. The thing with being a middle child that some people don't realize is that it occupies like the same brain space as visibly dying in terms of how people treat you. Has anyone noticed this? Hey, that guy totally cut in front of me in line. Honey, don't make a scene. Can't you see that that man was a middle child? Have a heart. It's not that bad. Like, you don't have to feel sorry for me. You know who you do need to feel sorry for? Mummies. That's right. These rich pharaohs, they spend all this time, they build these huge pyramids, and they fill them full of gold and spices and dead servants. And it's all so that they can spend eternity in luxury, right? And then Indiana Jones or whoever comes along, picks them up, drags them away, and puts them in a museum in a big glass box for second graders to lick all day. I'd be doing this too. If you want to feel sorry for me, here's your chance. I had braces, like big time. It was crazy. I didn't want braces, obviously. And then the dentist showed me an x-ray of my teeth. And when you looked at it from the side, my teeth looked like the less than. I genuinely thought that my teeth were going to smash into each other and flatten and stick straight out of my mouth like when a piano falls on Yosemite Sam. So I got braces. And I've also had a ton of other work on my teeth. They're very expensive, so I try to take care of them. For instance, I don't smoke. That's not the joke yet. For instance, I don't smoke. You know, might stain the merchandise. And I don't vape, because that's better than your lungs. But here's what I don't get about like vaping and smoking. Like, is vaping the new smoking? When I was younger, people would say sitting is the new smoking, right? But that can't be true, because smoking used to be cool. I used to chain sit like 8 chairs a day back in high school, uncushioned. I never got any babes at all. Sitting is the new smoking. Give me a low stool. So that was high school. And then I went to college and I wrecked my car. And that's about the only funny thing that happened in college. No, seriously, like I'm driving and I see like an SUV and I slam on the brakes and I slid like, it felt like I slid 90 feet on this ice. So I was just like, whoosh. So like as I'm going, I had plenty of time to just be like, mother, and then I stopped because imminent death is no reason to have a potty mouth. But college in general was awesome. I loved being in college, for real. You could say I was happy as a clam, which is a weird expression. Because if you're happy as a clam, you love being where you are, you're comfortable. But if you don't want to be where you are, if you're scared, you gotta get out there. Your hands, what are they? They're clammy. So what exactly is the mental state of a clam, I ask you? We could try to ask a clam. He'd probably clam up. No, I'm not done. College was longer ago than I want to think about. I got more. Near the end of college, I married my beautiful wife, Heather, and then, and then, about 9 months after that, we welcomed into our lives our first bouncing baby bedbug. Hang on. This was years ago. Nobody panicked, like they are all dead. For sure, guaranteed. Nobody freak out. You know how I know that they're all dead? Because of our exterminator, Josh. And you're gonna hear about it. So we have bedbugs, we call an exterminator. He comes in, he goes over to our mattress, he peels it up, he sees signs of bedbugs, and he's like, what? He took this personally, for real. Here's my theory on his origin story, right? He's little, his mom is like, good night, Josh, I love you, sleep tight, don't let the bedbugs bite. And he was like, Mom, I will never let down anyone ever again. And he did. We found out his, real story later. We were just talking to him. He said, he said, 5 years ago, my wife and I, we had bed bugs, okay? And then later he was like, and for 4.5 years, I've been an exterminator. So I think it's pretty obvious what actually happened. The bed bugs killed his wife. But thankfully that's over, and I have a real baby now. His name is Carson, and I love him so much. And I have been a stay-at-home dad with him for over a year now, so you're gonna hear about it. The first thing is that as soon as you have a baby, conversations get super different. You're like, we had the baby. People are like, oh, did she tear? And you're like, a little bit, but not bad. And they're like, did she get an epidural? And it's it was so close, but she did get the epidural, It was a close thing. And also really hurts when I pee. Whoa, what? Double standard, okay. So I'm a stay-at-home dad with Carson. I read books to him all the time. For the record, I just want to say, I hate The Cat in the Hat. Not the books. I hate him personally. He sucks. Listen, he just comes in there, he psychologically tortures this poor fish for so long, and he uses slave labor. What? Thing 1 and 2? It's degrading. He actually uses slave labor in both books, no joke. I mean, come on. Are we really to believe that living inside of a hat is any life from little cats? So, I hate him. He's just... And you know who else wears a top hat and a bow tie with no shirt? Oh. Strippers. So that's all I have to say about that. So that's terrible. So I make up my own stories for Carson sometimes, and I'm going to share one of them with you. This is, let's call it the story of the Day of Inventions, okay? So, long ago, a man needed to cross this, scary, steep, treacherous ravine, right? So he, takes a vine, and he throws it across, and he's like, here goes. And then he starts walking on it, and of course, he invents the tightrope, right? But then it's a vine, so it, sags. Oh no, so he invents slacklining, of course. But then it snaps. So what does he do? He invents trapeze. But then the tree that the vine is attached to starts to bend. So he invents bungee jumping. Then he loses his grip entirely. He starts to fall, but folks, you know what he invented then? The closed casket funeral. Carson loves that one. Here's another one of Carson's favorite jokes. It goes like, no, it's okay. He's from a different generation, so it's, don't worry about it. Obviously I'm doing laundry constantly, as you would expect, as a stay-at-home dad. And here's the thing, my dryer has like 4 settings. It has like off, cool down, less dry, optimum dry, and more dry. And that doesn't seem fair. How are you supposed to compete with that? That's about all I have. Actually, it's not. I have so much more, but they said I had to keep it to a time limit. So I just want to tell you guys, this is my first time doing stand-up, and it was really awesome. It was like, you know that feeling? Like when you wake up and you're just in a good mood, you know? Like, the sky is bluer, the air feels crisper. It's just, even your scrub daddy is smiling just a little bit bigger. This has been like that. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Benjamin Self. Next up, we have Levi Fairchild singing House of the Rising Sun.